Hello, hello. 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 Hello, hello, hello. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, we're probably fine. Yeah. 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 Probably turn down the tunes a little bit, I guess. Little bit. Just a little bit. Stream monitor, why? Am I dropping frames? Or is it just this computer? Hello? Oh no. I have no idea. Hello? I'm trying to... Oh no, the stream monitor is so far behind now. I think like it just lost connection for a little bit. Hello? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? I think, yeah, I guess this is okay. So hello. Working through. There's more of the UI stuff. You know how it do. You know how it do be doing. Doobie do. So probably should actually delete the current thing. The current what's the word? The current model preload, since this is a little detrimental, since it takes forever to start up every single time. We'll get around to it when we get around to it. Actually, I should open this back up again. And one. Probably delete the current save file, but also we need to take a look at whatever is in GUI handler, I think. So here you have all the stuff. Maps bones, that's named correctly. Load model, set model as default. Okay, so those are all just the names. So I'll need to grab those. And then connect them to their, you know, kind of events. So this is what they look like. VBox container, mapped bones. Yeah, mapped bones then has a thing on it. Okay. So first things first, let's open up our app config. Export. Is export just not visible? Export app config.json. Okay, so I've ignored it, which is good. But we're not going to do that just yet. Config data, default model to load path. Let's see if I can just freehand this, by the way. So this is the default model to load path, but we don't want it to be this. We want it to be dev open cface gd entities basic model. No, I can't freehand it. Basic models, and then it's duck.textscene. Duck.textscene. Look at that. I wish you wouldn't do that. How do I turn off? How do I just save without auto formatting? I don't know. Hopefully it'll work. What's going on? Ooh. Ooh. What is this? What? Hey. Is this a bug with the newest thing of I think it is. Oh, interesting. So just in case, let's actually like yeet the app config and then just load in the model again. That's a little concerning, not gonna lie. Exports, app config, goodbye. There's not too much that we actually needed in the app config. Oh no. It's a bug! Pretty sure that's wrong. Yeah. Let me see. I did just update my Godot version today. So if this is completely borked, we might have to move on to something else. Let me see, master. Was there any change to shader stuff? Since I'm seeing here, is it GLES3 that's giving the problem? GLES3, shader GLES3. No. Header? Oh, no. What is going on here? What? Display error with code. GLES3, shader GLES3, C++. Huh? What's going on? I'm looking at the wrong line, I'm pretty sure. Because 156 is, yeah, this is a print error. P error. Display error with code, okay. So, get current version 331. Who? Why? If debug shader, no, this is not a debug shader. What is this? Get current version. So we should have, what it's saying is that it should have returned earlier. Error compiling. That's good. Is there something wrong with my model? Like, if I open this up here, is it going to freak out? Oh yeah, for sure. Is there something with the import then? Yeah, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all. Just open it. Is there something with the duck? What if I do this? Open it. Nope. I think it's a regression. I think this is a regression. I can't really work on this now then. I could recompile. But I'm not going to. I wonder, is this bug listed? Or maybe I just need to restart Godot. That could also just be a thing. Quit editor. We'll go into the beta, but this is actually my slightly custom compilation of the beta. Just a few defines I slipped in there. So I have things that work how I want them to work. Please open. No! No. I wonder. Okay, well, if I can generate a minimum reproduction project, I guess that would be good as well. Fail opening 3D model. Create folder. Alright. So we'll go into export. Assets. We'll grab the duck. Move over here to dev. Fail opening 3D model. Just gonna slap it into here. And then this is the duck. Open anyways. Yep. No? Cannot open file. So it is able to open the duck here. Not entirely sure what happened in the other one. Interesting. Is there like a different shader that's just failing to compile? I might need to go back to a previous version of whatever. So if this doesn't work, I think I can still... No, this actually won't work on 332 stable either. Right. Because on 332, it actually doesn't have the plugin I need in order to import stuff. It's unfortunate. So we open the duck, open anyways, and then it freaks out about shader stuff. What file are you failing to open? GLES shader. Shader. Which one is this? Use. Huh? From Visual Server? What? What shader is this? Huh? It's one of these. So I think this is something with me then, right? I have no idea, dude. Why can't it open the duck? Is it something with my project settings? Do I need to re-import? That might be something I need to do. And this is why you don't update your project until you are sure you need to do it. Alright, give me 1 sec. I need to switch out my headphones. This one's too hot. I don't know why. It's just really warm in here, even though my thermostat says it's a nice balmy 75, which is, I do realize is pretty warm for a lot of people, but oh geez, we're gonna get a little bit of echo. Alright, echo gone. Or I guess not echo, but double play. Alright, now I need to switch. That didn't work. Alright, I need to properly set up my OBS stuff. at some point. But not today. I wonder if it's just this import folder that I need to just yeet. So let's do this, I guess, and we'll just re-import. Yeah, okay. It's just the import file. The import file that was like super messed up. So if I do something like this, goodbye import file folder. Let's re-import everything one more time. Takes a little bit. Huzzah! We might crash. Just give it a sec. There we go. And then we should be able to open up everything once again. So this is basic model, doc texting. Please. Why? Why? Why are you like this? Assets, duck. Open anyways. Okay, so that's the duck. Can I open up any of the other stuff? Like future tank. There's also another test. This one's fine, it's just the duck that's messed up. Let's see, the rig seagull, which is also one that I like. Okay, so it's just the duck that's kind of weird. I don't really know what's going on with that. New inherited. And then, okay, so I need to grab several stuff. So we'll go to duck text scene. This one fails to open. Very good. And then we'll just kind of slap several things onto here. So grab the animation player and then duck movements. Boom. Does the animation player... Yeah, the animation player takes care of the mesh importing stuff. So let's close this. Save this as just the duck again. I don't know what happened here. So this is the duck. Add the script, load it. Yeah, something got corrupted. It's weird. And then the duck eyes need to be re-imported. So the surface, material, and then we need to grab, I think it's all, no, it's not the albedo, it's emission, texture, no bitmaps, no filter. Basically none of these. And then, is it duck move? Not duck movement, it's animation player. No. Oh no. I've made a huge mistake. We can get rid of a few of these. I think the duck eyes need to be... What did I do here? Is it UV1 and then it's just like the offsets, right? And then does anything need to change with the scale? I think something does need to change with the scale. So let's see. Well, we can just take a look here, right? So we go to... Oh, this is the wrong one. Dev, open cface, GD, get diff. Where are we at? Interesting. Yes, indeed. This is not helpful. Okay. Please. reached the bottom. Still not helpful. So let me see. So that's how you debug things not working, at least. Delete and re-import. Still don't really know what's going on with that though. Actually, what did these appear as? For what reason did I do this? Are these saved like separately? Because I don't think these actually depend on these external resources. Like if I do load entities, and then these are duck eyes. Hey. Wait, what? Oh, is it this one? So we load in entities, basic model, duck eyes. That didn't help. Hey. Duck texture, duck eyes. Why are these all separate things? That's what I'm confused about. So this is the eye texture, then this is just like, what is this? The material, and then this is the, okay. So then we go back to duck eyes. This is the material, that's fine. I think that's what I set it as, right? Entities, duck eyes, and we want to do the material. Okay, cool. Alright, that's why I saved it differently. I don't know. What is bashful? Some of these don't actually switch the animation properly, which is a bit weird. I think this is fine though. Shocked, happy, default, blink. Angry doesn't work. Huh? We go into duck eyes. Start messing with the UV2. So what is this supposed to be? I know you can just kind of scroll between them. Alright. Let's just try to find the angry face. This is happy. This is angry. Can I scroll farther here? Okay, that's pretty much it, right? Then just keyframe that. Call it good. Bashful. Yeah, it looks like just like a lot of the recent updates just kind of broke it, which is a little bizarre. But here we go. Should work. Please work. There we go. There we go. Alright, we don't have to pivot. Hooray. That's bizarre. They must have made a breaking change. Some people are going to be unhappy once they go back to 3.4. But I suppose that's fair since I started working on this in version 3.1, I think. I don't know. What version was out in January of this year? So GUI. You know what? We probably need to load in the file beforehand. Or maybe GUI should just have all of these signals available. Otherwise, it's impossible to know which thing to link these signals to, right? So what I'm thinking is I have yet another autoload called like signal rebroadcaster. Or maybe it won't even be an auto load, it'll just be like a thing. Well, no, it should be an auto load, I guess. So it's just its own node. Because it does need to have signals. No. Let's see what we can do with this, right? So we'll do new script and we'll call it. Oh, just messed that up. Hold on. New script, signal broadcaster. Right, so that's our signal broadcaster, and I think the idea here is I'm going to basically duplicate the functionality, or not duplicate, but move functionality over from the app manager. So app manager is currently, currently holding a lot of these values for me. And so we just omit the signal. We don't actually like connect to it. So we do signal. Well, just add all these signals, right? Boom. Add all of these. Ignore the warnings. Who needs warnings? Not me. Right. So let's think of this as a reference for now. So references can have signals on them. Very good. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it, right? Is that we are kind of moving all of this stuff over. So this is file to load changed. Where's file to load changed? Set file to load. So let's kind of do this in order. Or you know what? Since this is like a dedicated class, let's not even use this weird structured template. So save face tracker offsets. This is that one. Boom, 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 boom. We'll just do it like this. Because this is like explicitly for signal rebroadcasting. Since signals don't really work too well when you are trying to go across node trees. It works well if you're inside the same tree, but if you're going across trees, it's a bit strange. Which is why I've opted to go with this system here. Okay, set file to load. This one. Let's copy this as well. Set model default. I think this is actually an old to do. So this just works now, I think. It's gonna freak out once I actually implement it. Or once I actually paste it in, right? Because the code is actually dependent on the CM, which doesn't exist. It's app manager, CM. Set model defaults, current model path. So we're just kind of depending on all of the app manager stuff. App manager CM. So app manager is our kind of singleton manager, which is nice. Model is loaded. Phenomenal. Change preset. Don't know why I need change preset. I think this one is subject to change to do. Might not need this. I think log message is fine. Alright, so which one is it? File to load changed. Okay, file to load changed. Which one is this one? File to load changed. Oh no. So this one might be spicy as well. Yeah. Looks pretty spicy. Oh, and I grabbed the wrong thing. Yeah, so this is app manager. File path and name, app manager. App manager. So app manager also holds all the other managers, so we don't have just a million singletons. We just have the one singleton that contains other singletons. That's the cost of doing business, baby. Alright, so console log. Don't need that. We can keep that in app manager. And so once I do this, this is actually going to break a bunch of stuff. But I think it's for the best. I think it's for the best. Because here, right now, we can kind of hook into the signal broadcaster, right? So in app manager, we'll do, let's see, signal broadcaster. We'll grab the path to that. So onReady var SB, some sort of reference, and we'll load in this file. So we have translation manager, TM, CM, config manager, and then SB, signal broadcaster. And so all of these signals need to correspond to, I guess, signals that we can hook into on the signal broadcaster as well. So, load model. It might be nice to have just like a list of possible signals I can hook into as well. Let me think. So this is what we have, right? We have events which are called load model, set model as default. I wonder, are these actually called load model? I know some of these are actually here, like set model as default is, which one is it? Set model as default, which set model default, oh no. Set model as default. I don't think that breaks anything right now. It might. Actually, no, right? The only thing that is going to break right now is basic model, since basic model depends on this. However, if we just move it over to like app manager SB, model is loaded, then we're fine. So SB is your signal broadcaster. Yeah, I think that's fine. So model loaded, then model is loaded. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I actually need something like this. Or if it's possible for me to just look at the events in each of these tags. So generate UI element. That's actually what it's doing right now. Is we're dynamically generating the UI. Pay no attention to how ugly it is. You know, I think we can actually change it really quick. Assets, style, main theme. Is it main style box? Yeah, main style box, and then we can make it even more opaque. So like 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4 is good. And I hope that this propagates to the other ones, but I don't think it does. Not really, but it looks a bit better. Now it's not like super dark. Anyways, that's not super relevant right now. So let's see. What we're trying to do is I want to grab these events, and I have those events because they're inside of data. So data, that's the display name, which is this, and then we can also grab the event. So var events is equal to, that is a string. It's equal to data events. No, I'm trying to think, what do I want to do with this? I think the easiest part would be something like, it's like this is a button, right? So we have results dot connect pressed to like app manager SB like a model loaded or something like that, right? Or SB and then like model loaded, or no, not model loaded, it would be data event, right? Something like that. And that would take care of the data transfer. But no, that doesn't work because I don't have enough information about which UI node the data is coming from, right? So pressed doesn't give the sender. It only tells you that, oh, a button was pressed. Which button? I have no idea. So let's see. Don't need any of these open. We do need screens, elements. You know what? I need to do this. So I think for one thing, set value. We'll do this really quick. So we have set value, we have get value and set value, but anyways, I think we should also have like a broadcast function, I guess. Does that make sense? Or like a broadcast signal? Yeah, like a broadcast signal. So we'll call it signal. Can we just call it event? If we just call it event, that might be kind of nice. So this is our signal that everything can emit, and then on every single one of these elements, I need to basically rewire them so that they broadcast that somehow. And then this one, let's also go ahead and rework this. So this is button text is equal to value. And then also we need to do let me see. We do button dot connect pressed, connect it to a method on itself, and that method is going to be called broadcast. Yeah. Broadcast. Oh no. No, that's not possible. Wait, yes it is possible. Yeah, it is possible, I just can't have a method stub for it. Yeah. Yeah. So like on broadcast, basically. Func on. Well, it doesn't really matter what I call it at this point then, right? If I'm not able to put this at the abstract class level, then who cares? Then we should just call it whatever we want. Just make sure that we emit the signal at some point. So emit signal. It's just called event. Along with let's see, button dot text. Right, because that's how we know what we're listening for, I think. Does that make sense? So we have a button. This is our name. This is our of no. What if we have something called like var event name? A string, right? And then, oh, there we go. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So you can change the name of the button. I don't know why you would want to do that. But for other elements, it makes more sense. Like input elements, if you're loading in a new file, that might make more sense to just do set value instead of, you know, recreating the entire UI. But here, event name. It is a bit more overhead though, since I now need to. I no longer have like the automatic checking that I would have with like this kind of syntax. So line edit text is equal to, and this is some sort of value is equal to value. Make sure to string the value as well. And then here, what things do line edits have that we can connect to? So signals, text changed, text entered. Oh, yeah, text entered might be what I want, right? Yeah, I think text entered might be what I want. So you gotta press enter. Yeah. So we'll do line edit, connect, please. I desire. What? Okay. Text entered. It's okay, I didn't want IntelliSense anyways. It builds character, having to memorize all of these. Okay. On text entered. And it's some sort of text as a string. And we'll do emit signal event. Pass along the text. Well, no, we'll pass along the text as the second value. So, actually, is that possible to do? Is that possible to do? I'm thinking about it. Is it possible to programmatically generate a handler for this event since this event can have one-to-many parameters? So how does connect work? So you connect the signal to a method on the target object. Pass optional binds to the call as an array of parameters. These parameters will be passed to the method after any parameter. What? Ue. Let me see. Pressed, that's fine. And parameters used. So connect, hit, self on player, hit. Emit signal. Hit. So weapon type and damage are passed last. Okay, so it's not possible to... So your handler function must have the correct amount of parameters to receive it. I think that might still be... I don't think Godot has var args, does it? Or GDScript Godot var args. Variable arguments. Variadic arguments. That's just an issue. Yeah, I mean, the only way I know how to do var args is to pass along an array. I'm trying to avoid doing that though. But it might be the only way to do it. So args. It must accept some arguments. You know what? This is exactly where we can use duck typing though. Oh baby. Who doesn't like duck typing? Okay, hold on. Text. Hey, input element. Yes, so we'll pass along event name and then text, right? Well, yeah. So we can do a type check. So if it's an array, we'll process it one way. If it's just otherwise we can just look for, is it a string? What other things did we pass along? Yeah, so input element, some sort of text, and then we'll do some processing on that. Label doesn't have anything, so let's not implement it. We just need to update this part, set value. So value is a thing. Don't know, but we'll be setting label.text to value. I suppose we should just string it every single time, just for safety. Oh, and then let's just be consistent. Let's just string every single one of these. All right, list element. This is going to be tough. Func set value. I don't think this makes sense to implement set value on a list. Value. Why would you want to do set value on a list as opposed to, you know, doing get value and then getting a list of those references? And then you also just have direct access to the VBox as well. Yeah, I don't know. Let's actually just do this and make it an error. Log message. Tried to set value on a list element. True. Alright, so like, don't do this. Invalid. Alright, so this is a toggle element. You see set value. Value will equal... Oh, you know what? I think I made a mistake also in the button value. Button element, yeah, we don't want to... No, that's fine, right? I don't know if that's expected, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to set the button value, whereas on a toggle, it does make sense. Oh. Yeah, well, you know what? Let's also do this. This doesn't make any sense. So we'll like try to set value on a button element. So this is an error, don't set the value here. The list element. And then this one, toggle element, this makes more sense. So we'll do toggle dot pressed is equal to value. And then here, we can do check button. What do you got? Nothing. I'm pretty sure they're all on just this one, which is pressed. Wait. Toggle. Toggled. Okay. So toggle element, we'll do toggle, connect, toggle, toggle. This. No, that's C#. Self on toggled. Func on toggle. I think it was called like button state, some sort of bool. And then we'll emit signal. Event. So this needs to be label.text button state. Right? I think that makes sense. So check button. Wait, no, base button, button pressed. Oh, button pressed. Well, that's more of a button state, isn't it? So emits when the button was just toggled between pressed and normal states. The new state is contained in the button pressed argument. Yeah, that's more of just like a state. Okay, so this is the things that we have. We can always subscribe to events. Not all of them will have events we can subscribe to though. That's fine. And then we have a connection, so we do like func on events. And then this is just like events. Event value. Let's say that. Okay, so all of these will need to connect, right? So we'll do results, connect, event, self, on event. Hello? Please. Sir. Oh, it's a static function. Alright, well. No longer are you static, because we do need to connect you to a thing. Or actually, right, generate UI element. Yo. What's up, Soxy? How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well. Been off. I was off on leave today, so no work for me, so I just slept all day. Like an absolute degenerate. Alright, this makes sense. So we'll do elements. He's using VS Code. He is. If I use Godot editor when I'm doing like really quick edits or if I need to debug something. But otherwise, the ability to look at, you know, 2 or 3 files at once is usually pretty valuable. Especially on really big projects like this one. So what I'm working on today is this program, so check it out. It's the face tracker we all know and love. Oh no! Is it data.data? Hey. Oh, this doesn't even do anything. Wait, no, we do need this though. I've never seen you use VS Code, so it's cool to me. Then check it out. I pretty much use VS Code exclusively for all my other development, so I'm very familiar with that. very familiar with VS Code. And also very familiar with Eclipse, so I guess it doesn't really mean too much. But yeah, this is what I'm working on. It's just the face tracking stuff. But check it out. You can see here that I'm rewriting the UI, and it looks pretty rough right now. However, this is the format. You might have seen this XML here on the right. So this is pretty much how the UI worked before, where I dynamically generated it inside of each of the UI files. But now I've just abstracted it out, so now it's now the layout is just XML. And it also makes it possible for you to change the UI as a user if you just want to reorder things. And also it makes reordering things a lot easier as well, just in general. Eclipse is relevant to me because I'm learning Java right now. Oof, you're using Eclipse. There are better editors, and if you have a university email, you can get what's the JetBrains ones? JetBrains. What's the Java one? IntelliJ. I think it's IntelliJ. IntelliJ. Yeah, you should use IntelliJ if you're doing Java and you have a university email, because then it's free. And I think the community edition is just free as well. That editor is way better than Eclipse. Eclipse is kind of painful. Eclipse is like, it works. I hope you're not expecting too much. Dude, I hate JetBrains. They charge for C-Line after a month. Okay. No education. No .edu email. I feel your pain. They disabled my .edu email after a bit. So, which is why I just migrated to VS Code. Yeah, you can do Java in VS Code as well, if that's your concern. The debugger is not as nice as Eclipse, for sure. But if you configure it properly, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Although, to be fair, I've only ever used Gradle with VS Code. I haven't used Maven. So I know that Eclipse has really good Maven support. I've never used Gradle with Eclipse. I'm doing Java and VS Code now. Eclipse wasn't too good. Yeah, Eclipse is nice if you have like a really big project. Maven is annoying to set up. Well, you're not supposed to do the setup yourself, of course. Oh, I can count on the number. On one hand, the number of times that I've set up a Java project manually. Usually I just use the project generator in Eclipse. And then move over to like VS Code. With making a Minecraft mod you do? Do you? I don't know. Couldn't you just copy and paste an existing mod and then just edit it? That's how I would do it. Alright, so we have data event. So if data, wait, yeah, if data has event, right? So this is part of my data. So button has a name element, which we 100% will have all of the time. And then sometimes they'll even have an event. So if they have an event, we should do a thing. Otherwise, don't do a thing. I think Maven is a different file from actual mod. Well, Maven is just your it's your package management file, as well as like your just metadata and build file. So I'm not familiar with Fabric, but if you're generating a jar, you do need to have either a pom.xml file, which is your Maven stuff, or you need to have a gradle.build file, which is your Gradle specific stuff, right? So I don't think if you're doing Java and it doesn't use Maven or Gradle, I'm not. that's pretty Spartan. That's pretty Spartan. You'll almost always be using either Maven or Gradle for your build stuff. So it's if you have a pom.xml or a gradle.build, you are using Maven or Gradle respectively. And Forge you do gradle.build. Oh, so you're using Gradle. Okay, cool. Minecraft came out when I was still a wee lad. So I don't know. Like I played the Minecraft beta, so that's pretty much like the last time I really got into Minecraft. Dot event name is equal to data. There we go. So now this should work, I think. Yeah, Gradle.build. It's been a little bit since I've done real Java development. I think it's been about a little over a year, although I have done Groovy, which is a JVM language. Minecraft came out when I was a year old. Oh, jeez. My birthday is in January, so I'm still legally allowed on Twitch. Okay. Nice. For legal reasons. I understand. Let's see. We can edit more of this stuff. I think everything connected properly as well, but I'm just making an assumption. Let's actually not make an assumption and let's actually see. Button elements. So when we do, yeah, I think we can just assume it works, right? Like, just put hello. So I'll see 2 hellos once I start up the app. Oh, we have a lot of hellos. I must explain myself. Twitch, I haven't messed up yet. Not yet. Not yet. In the future, maybe. In the future, maybe. But not at this precise moment in time. Yeah, I mean, no worries, you know? I won't snitch on you. Now, if they are doing any kind of, like, text scanning on VODs, you might be in trouble at some points. So I think all of this works, right? So now I'm actually reacting to events. So in the GUI, we're connecting everything to this. So on events, I don't know, let's just print out stuff and see if it works. Print events value. So I want to see what kind of data it's actually giving me, or if I need to change how I'm dynamically generating these values. So I should get load model, very good. Set model as default, very good. Move model, true. Oh baby, it's working. Look at that. This doesn't do anything, but it's beautiful. Look at that. He's dynamically set up an event system for the UI. That's all generated from an XML file that I'm doing some custom parsing on. It's twerking. It's working. Woot woot. I'm sorry. Twerking was it became a big thing during a formative part of my childhood. So whenever I see working with an ER, it's twerking, dude. Sick. Is twerking still a thing? Do people still do the Harlem Shake? Do people still know what that is? Anyways, we'll do event value. So then we can do, let's match event value. Or no, not match event value, but match type of event value. Nobody does the Harlem Shake anymore. Okay, I didn't think they did. But I remember when that was really big. And like pretty much all the kind of student orgs at a university were like we need to make a Harlem Shake video if we want to be popular on social media. It was pretty cringe. Not based. Definitely not. So these are the events. We can do type. So there's type array, which are the type of array, which covers. This is not how you comments. It does. What elements does this cover? It's not button, it's toggle and input. Where am I? Or input and toggle if we want to be alphabetical, and then there are just a type string. So those are the two types that you can possibly have. Otherwise, let's just hit it with an app manager. Log message. Unhandled events. Unhandled GUI events. Yo, this GUI system I'm writing is pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty sick. Probably my favorite implementation of this I've written so far. I just need to get like a nice theme for the UI, because I'm very, very bad at, you know, making things look good. Even when I was doing more web dev, you know. Actually, web dev is another story altogether. I'm not very good at web dev. Or I guess styling. My idea of a style is, you know, either top down and then we just insert tables at some points if we need to format things like that. I'll leave the CSS and all that to someone else. I know how to make GUIs in Java now. Ooh, using probably Java FX, I'm assuming, or using like tkinter. This will be string event value. Okay, so now we need to handle. Yeah, I remember I tried. I know that was it code blocks. I think no, NetBeans. NetBeans used to have like a built-in, I think Java FX like project template, and that's how I wrote my first calculator in Java. Even though, and it was pretty much like I just added like square root, because I think they already had like a calculator template in NetBeans. Let me tell you, had no idea what I was doing at the time. That was before the days of me learning Python. So what do we want to do? We'll have two values here. So this is like var element name is equal to event value 0 var element value. No, hold on. elem name, elem value is equal to element event value 1. Whereas this one, we just need to forward this on to the signal broadcaster, right? So the kind of architecture flow looks like. You know what? I should probably add a piece of documentation for this. So let's go to draw.io. I've been persuaded to stop doing diagrams in Paint. Instead, we'll go full consultant with it. It's like a Visio, but for free. So we have our app manager. And our app manager contains several things. Can't I do this? Oh, that's not how that works. So app manager has several things. Let's put it here. Let's put it here. Right. So our app manager. Then we have our config manager. Oh baby. I'll kind of slap this over here. Our translation manager. And then, is this exact? That is exact. Then we have our signal broadcaster. And so these are all singletons. That are handled by our just mega app manager singleton, right? And then we have our main screen right now. That's the architecture, which connects to our model display screen. Model display screen. And these are just kind of separate, but these are, I guess, more transient. I think that's a good way of putting it. Can I... How do I push this into the background? To the back, yes. So these are like transient values. Oh. This is a square, it's not a rectangle? Excuse me? Okay, this is a rectangle, more or less. To back. Yes. Text, and then this will be, I don't know, transients, I guess. So you have your main screen and then model display screen, and that's about it. I don't know why I made it such a big rectangle. But that's the kind of data flow that I'm working with. So we have our singletons, always exist, and then we have our transient stuff, which is the model, our main screen, which also handles our model display screen, and then we'll also have, you know, flows to here. This is our actual model. And model display screen, main screen also handles the GUI, I think. Oop. So this is where our GUI lives. Yeah. And so, once the GUI needs to talk to Signal Broadcaster, which it can, right? So we need to go through App Manager to Signal Broadcaster. Wait. Yes. And then Signal Broadcaster will route that request to the appropriate thing. So sometimes we'll be routing things to the config manager. Sometimes we'll be routing things to main screen. And sometimes we'll be routing things to the model. Yes. Right. And so the reason for that is because signals work really well if you're going up or down the same tree. But as you can see here, we're not in the same tree. we're in two completely separate trees, and that's why I need to rebroadcast out. So it's not strictly necessary to have a Signal Broadcaster to do this, but it's just easier since Signal Broadcaster is a singleton, so it's everything can access it, everything can connect to it, and also Signal Broadcaster knows about everything as well. So, Signal Broadcaster, so type string. What things do we have? We have load model, set model as default, then move model. Oh, these aren't right. These need to be toggle elements. This needs to be event. Yeah, event name. Right. So it's easy for me to move. This is basically one-to-one to these. So it's one-to-one to these event names, right? Yeah, I like this, yeah. So then we'll do App Manager. Let's start typing. I'm not sure how I want this to work exactly, but we'll figure it out. I think I should probably do the routing here. So we'll have like an additional inner match. Or maybe we'll do like a handle func. This is probably going to be a static function as well. It's like handle array events. And so this will be element name, some sort of string, and then element value, which is I believe it's also just stringified, but then we need to do some type checking afterwards. So yeah, so there's our first one, and then static function handle string events, which is just or it's not element name, it's event name, and then event value, and then this one is just event name, which is a string. Yeah. So now these are misnomers now, but let's just do handle array events, boom. One of these. Handle string event and event value. Yep, so this works because of duck typing. Godot doesn't really require types, which is a bit annoying if you are really into types. Which, to be fair, I think there's a case to be made that there's not really in any instance where, you know, types are a true detriment. I think they do slow you down if you're trying to move really, really quickly. So in a true like statically typed language, like if we're talking like a Java or a C#, or you know, even lower level than that, what you could do is create a wrapper type and then just have an enum that denotes like which thing to look at, more or less. So you have like a payload value. So that's actually kind of how Apache Camel works if you're into doing enterprise software integration, which is exactly what I do. You have some sort of payload, and then you just kind of keep adding things to the payload. Hey. Sorry, I was turning on a fan. It's getting really hot in here. But I don't know if that's just like my internal body temperature like skyrocketing for whatever reason, or it's actually really hot. I know that it's been like 90 degrees for a while where I'm at. Hasn't dropped below like 70 for at least a week. So handle array events. So we'll need to push this stuff over to Signal Broadcaster. So I should have access to this. So SB. And we'll do a thing. So let's match event name. And then there's just going to be some event names that we'll just handle. So what are they? So there's button, we don't care. Toggles. Yeah. Now, you know what? Let's just handle all of it in that one function. Let's just handle it all in the one function. So match event value. Empty match to start. This one is just event value, but hold on. Here's the idea. Here's the big idea. Is that we'll use an enum. Oh baby. Enum. Event types. Hello? I've received a ping. Oh, it's just a Twitch thing. Alright, so event types. So we'll have load model, easy, load mode, load model. Or did I just... That's weird. Set model as default. Oh, this isn't how this works at all. I can't use an enum. Ugh, okay. Const. Event types is equal to a dictionary. And then we're gonna use this basically as a an enum. Load model. Load model. So large upfront cost for sure. However, it does make maintenance really easy, right? So whenever you change one of these names, or whenever you're trying to add a new event, all you have to do is reference event types. So I think if you're trying to move quickly, this doesn't make sense. However, this app has really grown in scale, so it's really hard for me to keep track of. So something like this is actually extraordinarily necessary, as I cannot remember where everything is. Rotate model. And then this is zoom model. Zoom model. Let's see. Those are all kind of grouped together. These are all like loading related events. And the beauty of this UI system is that, right, you can kind of name these whatever you want, or you can change the event to whatever you want as well, right? Since there's no logic here, all the logic is handled in the GUI layer. Reset model transform, which is reset model transform. Let's see, this one is going to be reset model pose, reset model pose. Phenomenal. Look at that. Now we just have to match against these, and then we're good. So this ready function is extremely long, but whatever. That's okay. Event types. Right, because the ready function, I think I would rather have a really long ready function. Rather than having to handle everything, I guess, like frame by frame. Because there are some instances where that might make more sense. However, you can do, since your ready function only runs once, it's okay. It's a one-time cost. You just have to do a bit more digging and waiting in order to get all the data that you need, which is fine with me. This is Zoom model. The pandemic's hottest new modeling gig. Haha. The type string will do match on event value. Event types, load model. So I'm pretty sure all of these are just gonna call a function on Signal Broadcaster. And so this handling function will become really, really big, but I don't really have a better solution as of right now if I want to do this programmatically, right? Event types. You know what? I'm just now realizing it should be called event type, not event types. That's not really proper enum naming convention. But we'll change that in a little bit. So what is this? Reset model pose. That's the final one that we're handling for now. And then once I start building out the rest of the screens, it should be a little bit easier. But I think these are... might be good enough. Let's change all occurrences. This is now called event type. these change as well. Nice. Look at that. So now, look at this. Let's see. Signal rebroadcaster. All right, so let's handle some of these, right? So we'll do signal. Move model. Sure. And then func. Broadcast. Move model. Yes. Right? Is that what I want to do? I'm thinking. Broadcast move model. No, this needs to have a value, which is of type bool. Should move. Something like that. The name of this parameter actually does not matter at all, which is kind of interesting to note. So emit signal, move model with the value. Just like that. Yeah, so we're just gonna move all the signals here. I think that makes sense. Signal. So if I wanted to get really fancy with it, this would be like model options. But we can consolidate. We can start consolidating stuff later. We'll do a really naive implementation. Func broadcast rotate model. Yeah, so this is gonna be a lot of boilerplate. That's fine. I'm a Java dev primarily. I'm used to it. It do be like that sometimes. Rotate model and then value. Signal zoom model. Function. This will be, I don't know, broadcast zoom model. Value, some sort of bool, no return, and then we'll emit signal, zoom model, just like that. Okay, so a lot of these do need to change slightly, because I think a lot of these are actually somewhat implemented. So this is load model. I think load model should, that should actually be, I don't think that should actually go to the signal broadcaster, because that doesn't need to go up and around, right? Oh, my eyes. Every time. Is there a dark mode for this? Please tell me there is. Properties. No. View. Dark mode. I can't. Oh, like I have a light on and everything, but it's still just so bright. Ugh. How do people do this without burning out their retinas? Light mode users. Absolutely cracked. So let me see. Move model. Apologies, I've been very sleepy, even though I've slept like pretty much all day. Still feel pretty tired. Probably because I've been working out a bit more. I've been doing working muscles I haven't had to work in forever. I suppose, like, case in point, the biggest muscle that's been hurting for me is was it my pectorals? I was doing pectoral flies, which is when you kind of sit down on a bench, or you lay down on a bench, or you don't have to lay down on a bench, but I think it's more effective that way. You could just use like cables. And then you take the dumbbells, almost full extend your arms. Don't actually full extend your arms, but of course if you do any weightlifting, you know you're not supposed to full extend. And then you take the dumbbells in each of your hands, full extend, but not actually, and then bring them out and in, kind of like you're doing a really wide clap without moving your elbows. So load model. Load model is more of it's like a signal to like the GUI layer, right? So GUI, it's more like a signal to itself, saying that like, hey, you should try to open up a pop-up menu so you can select a model to load, and then we'll pass that file to load changed. We'll pass that to the thing, right? File to load change. So with load model, yeah. I gotta think about this. You know, I'm gonna actually organize these. I'm gonna organize these. So these are GUI signals, and then these are just other signals. Miscellaneous. Yeah, I don't think I need to have this, because since we are just emitting these signals anyways, and it's also no longer giving me warnings, which is nice. You know, that's actually one of the biggest complaints we have at work. Emit signal preset? What does that mean? Yeah, that's one of the biggest complaints we have at work, since I work on kind of like the code scanning and code security kind of stuff, is that it's too hard to, you know, get a perfect score on the code scanning. But it's like, yeah, it's hard to get a perfect score for a reason. It's because you suck at programming. Have you considered getting better? Like, we're not gonna make an exception just for you, I'm sorry. Please improve your code so that it can actually pass. Because there's very few instances where you do need to break the rules. I think there's a lot of code scanning, code security takes two forms. You know, one is the obvious. It's actually like, does your code introduce a vulnerability? If so, don't do that. Right? That's obvious. But then number two is like, is your code maintainable and readable for others, right? Since that's another part of code security, is being able to maintain your code. Right? If no one else knows how to look at your code, then guess what? Your code is not very secure. And you might be asking, hey, wait a minute, that doesn't sound very... That sounds like the opposite of secure, right? If other people can read my code, doesn't it mean it's actually a bit too open? Well, and that's kind of depends on how many people are touching your code, how many people you plan to share your code with. I guess, do you need to, you know, does your code need to be audited, you know, depending on the industry that you're in? And so, you know, in my case, I work in financial services, so of course, audits are extremely commonplace. So, code security, very important. And if we can help inflate our metrics, then we'll do it. Reset model pose. Emit signal. Reset model pose. Like so. There we go. So these are all just a GUI signals, and these are. I forget where this is fired from. Where does this get fired from? I'm pretty sure this gets fired from the pop-up, doesn't it? On files, no. Set file to load. Yeah, this is pop-up stuff. So this is pop-up. File, select, pop-up. And then this is emitted by the model. Properties applied. I think this is just legacy GUI stuff. So let's see, legacy GUI. Properties applied. Properties reset. GUI toggle set. Yep. Face tracker offset set. Yep. Yeah, pretty much these are all legacy, right? So I think once I fully implement this, we can get rid of all of these, and then we'll just have like these really simple ones that just broadcast. Very simple. Let me see. Or I wonder if it would be, well, yeah, we don't want to broadcast signals from here. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we should just broadcast these signals, but no. I think we could broadcast signals from the signal broadcaster like this. We do like an app manager, SB, emit signal, you know, move model. Actually, why don't I do that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe that does make sense. So no longer have like this kind of double. Well, no, it makes sense to double up on sometimes, or to wrap the signal. So you can do fancy stuff like this. So you do additional processing before you do any of this stuff. Yeah, I think that's a good pattern. So don't actually call any of the signals, or don't emit any signals from the signal broadcaster. Instead, use one of the wrapper functions so you can do other stuff as well. Broadcast move model. And then we'll do event value 1. It's a bit hard to type. So var value is equal to event value 1. So we'll just broadcast the val. App manager, SB, broadcast, rotate model, val, app manager, SB, broadcast, zoom, model, val. There we go. And then this one is just unhandled, right? So app manager, log message, unhandled events. Event value 0, and then this is an error, of course. So you print out the name of the event, like so. And then this one is just, we have the event value as a string. So then this is actually pretty easy. We'll do app manager. Oop, don't do that. Oh. What have I done? Let's see, this is called broadcast. Load model. Oh, that's, yeah, and we don't even need to pass along any data. How needs broadcast? Set model as default. Let's see. Broadcast set Reset model transform. Oh, and you know what? I think it might actually be possible for me to, if we wanted to get really scuffed with it, is to just do this. Let's do this. I'm pretty sure that this would work as well. So we do app manager sb call, and since this takes a string value, it'll be like broadcast underscore event value 0 and then val, and then event value 1, and I'm pretty sure that would just work. I'm pretty sure that would just work, but that is kind of scuffed. And you know what? That might not be bad. that is kind of scuffed though. Do I want to do it this way? Like, doing it this way is a lot simpler. Doing it this way is a lot more explicit and also self-documenting, right? Since you always know exactly how you're handling it, whereas this one, you know, I don't know, maybe you'll get an error in the console if the method doesn't exist. But this is kind of, this makes like heavy use of reflection, which is a bit weird. I don't know. I'm a bit torn because I know this will work. Because I can guarantee that it's always going to be one value to every one of these, right? Because in the current implementation of this, right, I never send more than one value at a time. And if I do have to send more than one value, then I'll be sending it as like a struct, basically. I don't know. That's a hard choice. Like the Java programmer in me likes this method more because it's explicit. But like the Python programming really likes this because it says you don't need this entire match statement. You just call the one line. Yeah, like this will work. I'm pretty sure this will work. But I don't know if it's a good idea. Because you'll lose the self-documenting nature of this. But I suppose at this point you're also not doing anything. Yeah, I mean, at this point you're also not doing anything with it, right? Since I'm also not doing any transformations on it. I'm doing all the transformations here. Yeah? Okay, you know what? I've convinced myself. Let's do it this way. And then this one is pretty much the same thing. Since I have the naming scheme. Signal broadcaster call broadcast. Event value 0. That's not 0, it's an O. Event value. No, this is the string, so this is just broadcast this. Okay, cool. Unhandled GUI events. So I think this makes it, yeah, so we no longer need this as well, so we can just get rid of that. And look at that. That should work. Nothing is hooked up to it right now, but we can change that. So if we go to which one of these GUI things handles movement? Oh, none of these GUI things handle movement. So in this version of it, this GUI button, you can think of this GUI button as handling model movement, where I guess model movement via the controls, right? So, right, if you control right click, you always have access to move the model, but also by going through this view and clicking this, apply properties, you can also just move the model using left click. So there's like the power user way and then like the casual normie way of doing it. But I think I'm going to move that here. So func, I think it's unhandled input event. And let me see. I no longer have the original code since I have made the excellent choice of deleting all of the code that was there before. So let's just go back into pose view and take a look. So unhandled input. Yeah, I think very few of these actually use unhandled input as well, right? So I think feature view also does something similar. Yeah, feature view does something similar with the movement stuff. But that's fine. Does model view do anything with unhandled input? It does not. Neat. So there's only two things that I need to differentiate between. But that's fine. So I'm going to open up pose view. I'm going to drag it over to my other monitor. We're going to just start basically copying the code again, I guess. Alright, so let's see. That's base path. This is like input stuff. Is left clicking, which is some sort of bool. Call it false. Var. That's actually the only thing that we're handling there. If should modify bone. Var should modify bone false. Let's see. I think I've really come around to the idea since of this kind of type shorthand. After doing a lot of Golang, it makes a lot more sense. I think if you should still manually specify the type if the type is somewhat ambiguous. So base path, of course, there's no value assigned to it. This one, it's somewhat ambiguous since you have button bar, which doesn't make any sense, and then hbox container at the very end. This one's ambiguous, so it's better just to specify these as resources that are preloaded. So anyways, should modify bone. Is left clicking should zoom model false. Okay, cool. That's pretty much it for the input stuff, yeah. So if event is action pressed. Left click, I know this exists, so I don't need to worry about it. Is left clicking equals true. And of course, unhandled input, I'm pretty sure only works off one input at a time. So you can queue up many unhandled inputs in the same frame, but you'll only ever handle one event at a time. So you can actually just make this like a really long if-else chain. This is not pressed, it's released. Is left clicking equals false. Elif should modify, that's not, it should modify bone. Then if is left clicking and event is input event mouse motion. Let me see. I think I can just do a lot of this, right? Just grab all of these. No, this is not gonna work. Oh yeah. I don't have access to these. I forgot. Because we don't have current model. But we'll keep that as kind of a stub, because I know that that used to work. And this is elif. Event is action. Scroll up. We'll just copy and paste all this. And of course it's not going to work. I think also, like, this code is kind of like due to be replaced as well. Because it's kind of tough, right? It's kind of tough. Since this kind of, the scroll up and scroll down is how I handle the z-axis when you're modifying your model. Right, so you can drag in 2 axes, which gives you 2 axes of control when you're modifying your model pose, right? But then there's also, right, so you can do up, down, left, right, but then how do you control roll? And so that's what the scrolling is for. But I do acknowledge that that's like a really bad solution. Or it's not a really bad solution, but it's clunky, right? Like it's tough. Because it's kind of on the user to figure out the orientation of which axes they're on. Because it's not visible, it's not visual at all. That's what I'm trying to say. If is left clicking and event is input. Event mouse motion. Then grab these. Hey, it should move model. It should spin model. Oh yeah, I remember these. So let's go back here. Luckily I have these open in 2 things. So this is var should move model equals false. Var should spin model also equals false. Right? And then these aren't implemented yet. So we'll just stub everything out, but we'll have them just in case. Not just in case, but when we eventually get back around to re-implementing them. elif should zoom model. If event is action. Scroll up. I wonder if there's a better way for me to structure this, right? Because there's a lot of repeats. Yeah, there's a lot of repeats. However, you know what? I think I know why I did this. Is so that you have certain actions that cancel out other actions, right? So, right, I could make this more efficient, right? So I put is left clicking, blah blah blah, or is action scroll up, whatever, as the kind of roots decision, and then I check for should modify bone, and then if should move model, etc. Right? Since these are set externally, these aren't actually based on the events. However, I don't want both of them to fire at once, right? Because you don't usually want to modify the bone and also move your model at the same time. That doesn't make a there's almost no circumstance where you would want to do that. So, okay. I should probably add a note. You know what? We're gonna add a note. So like, note intentionally verbose, so logic can cancel out, i.e. So i.e. I don't know what IE stands for, but I do know how it's used, and lots of people do use IE incorrectly. So IE. So IE is used for like when you're like giving the exact thing that you're talking about, whereas EG is just an example. So we don't want to modify bone and move model at the same time. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Alright, final block of code. This one won't work because we don't have access to the model parents. And then this other one will also not work because we don't, as previously mentioned, don't have access to the model parent. Pass. Long if else chain, because unhandled input processes only one input at a time. Unhandled processes only one input at a time. Yeah, okay, so now we need some way to grab the model stuff. So I'm thinking, we do want to connect to, yeah, we want to connect to model loaded, yes. So we'll go, actually really far up here, right? So we'll do connect, wait, no, it's app manager, SB, connect, model loaded. And then what do we want to do from there? Not this itself. On model loaded. Let me see. Then there's the current model and then the model. There's like the model and then there's the model parent, right? So let's see. Model references. So you have var the model and then var the model parent. So both of these are more or less correct, or not correct, but more or less just spatials. How do I... Does App Manager still keep a reference to the main screen, or am I losing my mind? I think I might be losing my mind. Current model path. Bum, 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 bum. No. What does main screen do with this data? I'm pretty sure main screen is connected to that. No. File to load changed. Model display screen. So I need to... Okay, so what if we do something like this? Model loaded will now take the model. Yeah, we'll just take the model. We'll just send a reference of the model. so that everything that subscribes to it can then find the model. Right? I think that makes sense. Then we'll connect to it here. So on events, nice and concise. Not as self-documented, but well, what can you do? P model, which is some sort of basic model. We'll do model is equal to P model. And then yeah. The reason why I wrote P model and not model, right? So usually in like Java or something, you would just do model is equal to model. However, Godot really does not like you shadowing variables. So that's why we're doing it like this. Model parent is equal to model get parent. Yeah. So that should work, right? And we just need to change a basic model to do SB model is loaded self. One of these, right? So what happens? Let's do this. Hopefully it works. Yeah. And then we can check here, GUI handler. We can check its variables. Model and model parents. Hey, check it out. It works, more or less. So so now we're passing data properly. Okay. So this one we can probably get rid of since this was pretty much only used by GUI elements, but now I've rewritten. I've deleted all the old GUI elements. They're no longer here. RIP. Yeah. Which means that we can also now bring back a lot of this stuff. So we do, boom. We need to change this. This is now just a model. Model. Hey, what's your problem? Bone to modify. Oh, shh. Hold on. Bone to modify. What is bone to modify? Huh? How is this set? What? It's a bit tough. It's a bit tough. Oh, this is a pose specific value, so I need to wait on this. All right, goodbye. What is your problem? Wait. Okay, this part. Okay, so we still need to wait on this, but we can keep changing current model to be. We'll change all occurrences of current model to just be model, right? And then model parent is still model parent. So I think this will still work. We need to move over scroll strength. Yeah, okay, scroll strength. Scroll strength. Okay, so this is var scroll strength is equal to this is one of the things that you have to, or I prefer to explicitly call out as a float. And then var mouse move strength, which is also a float. We'll call it 0.002. Look at that. So we can uncomment these, and these will just work. I think this will also just work. Copyright, trademark. This just works, which is a slogan of game developers anywhere. Okay, so bone to move, or bone to modify. I still need to think about how I'm gonna do that. Config manager. Let me see. Mapped bones. You know what? It probably makes more sense to have like a double input. So this is one of the few times that we'll have a double input. Oh no. It's in this moment I realized I messed up. I think that should still work, right? So it'll be... Yeah, but it'll just be an array of a string followed by basically another array. And that's fine. That's fine. It's thundering outside. Wow. That's crazy. Because there's a lot of planes flying around as well. It's a scary time to be flying. Anyways, I'll be right back. My drink is empty. Feels bad, man. Hello. I'm back. Oh, hello, Soxies. Welcome. I feel you. I guess. I don't know. It's been a while since I've lived in a house where I had to watch over other people. But I did grow up with 2 brothers, so I know the feeling. Of course, I live alone now. Which is also, let me tell you, pretty sick. I do know that some people do get kind of stressed out when they live alone. But that ain't me, Chief. That ain't me. So let's see. We'll do... So I'm kind of remembering what I was doing, or what the intention was here, is that I was going to move like bone mapping and then also bone posing into the same UI, which means that my assumption that there will only ever be like an event label and event value is actually wrong. There can be one event label to one or more event values. The only reason why I thought I can make that assumption is that in the current implementation, we have this. which is I have them on different screens, but I've now since decided I don't like that design anymore. I think it makes more sense just to have everything on. Don't duplicate UI elements if you don't have to. That's basically it. So basically, applying the dry principle to UI design as well, which, to be fair, makes a lot of sense. Ooh, it's really thundery outside. There's a lot of planes still flying around as well. Since I can kind of almost see the airport from here. Okay, so let's write some logic really quick to start filling out the list element. So for all of these, boom, 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 we create a base element. I think we might be leaking object instances. Oh, I guess we aren't. That's neat. We are actually applying this script to it though, which is funny. This script doesn't do anything, but it's just like a, I don't know, just a test. Model XML loaded, right? And so if I press run, we can see here that I'm actually dynamically loading in this script at runtime, which is bizarre. But also, like, I'm into it. So element resource. How am I doing this? So let's move model back over here. I need to replace my mouse. My left click sometimes double clicks. Sometimes if I don't press it hard enough, it'll double click really fast. Which, you know, selling a mouse modded for Cookie Clicker. Bidding starts at $10,000. Or you could be a total nerd and just use an auto clicker, but everyone knows hardware is better than software. Let's see. So when we're generating our UI, how am I doing list stuff? So the list stuff needs to be oh, it's element type. Wait, element type. Match the element type. So list is actually somewhat incomplete. Yeah, list is somewhat incomplete still. So we'll do list. So this is what we're looking at. So we'll do, so there's element type and then elements and then the data. I think I might need to defer like data loading for some of these. Like if there's like a data mapping, then they need to wait until the model's actually loaded. Yeah. So if there's any data mapping, then they need to wait to load that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we can build that in, yeah. Because right now, right, I do have a config file which has all the data mappings for the currently loaded model. However, if you don't have that config file, then you'll just null pointer. Okay, so we'll do results. Element type is equal to data dot type. It must be present, otherwise we'll throw an error, which is fine with me. Result dot element. Wait. Wait a minute. So I'll need to process it twice. I guess that's, yeah. There must be a better way of doing this, right? Yeah. What if I don't pass in the element type? And instead we just do... if... We'll do a match. Let's do... if not data has type, then we'll do app manager log message element type must be specified for lists. True, so we'll pause in the editor and then we'll just hard return result. So it'll be like you'll still have the list instance, but I prevent you from null pointering. Where I prevent a null pointer so the program just doesn't stop, which is good. So result. No, we need to match data type. And so there's two data types that we can possibly match on. So I think this is a good one to have. Well, no, we can just reuse the XML constants, right? Because they are going to be the same, XML constants. So you have toggle. Right, that's what it's called, toggle. And then let's add a new one, just called preset. Preset. Yeah, and then preset. Preset. And now we'll do results element is equal to is it toggle elements dot duplicate. I wonder if that makes sense to do, or if I should just give you the elements. Then you don't even need to instance it, right? Well, no, because then you would still need to like duplicate that. Yeah, okay, let's duplicate it like this. Result element is equal to preset element. There's no preset element yet. Pass. So to do, create preset element. Yeah, okay, and let's still pass over the element type as well. It's not really hurting anybody to do that. So well, you can just do that here. Easy. And then app manager log message. So this is just unhandled element type. So we'll do data type, and this is an error. Cool. So let me see. That should work. And then in the list here, we'll create the element instance. Match on the element type. Has it been saying invalid? Oh, I haven't been passing any. I have not been passing in data yet. Okay. I'm kind of wondering if this is something that should be connected to the something like this, right? So we do app manager SB, which is our signal broadcaster, and then we want to connect I think it's model loaded. Is that it? Signal broadcaster has model, yeah, model loaded. So we'll connect it to ourself and on model loaded. So on model loaded, we want to, you know, either pull from the config file if there is one. Otherwise, pull data from the model itself. On model loaded. So this will take a model, which is some sort of basic model. Now let's see. Yeah, so there's no data for me to pass to this element actually. Yeah, so there's no, because there's no data, then we just don't need to worry about that. Kind of slap all of this over here. Doesn't really do anything right now. There's no data. So, okay. How do I access model bones? These are just mapped bones. So actually, I do need to wait for the model every single time. Okay. So every single time, we need to wait for the model to be loaded, and then this list element will fire afterwards. So we'll go into for bone in model.scalyman get which one is this? It's like get bone. Is it get bone? Get bone. Yeah, I guess it's bone count. So this is bone index. I'll show you a bone index, am I right? So this is var bone name, some sort of string, and it's going to be equal to model scalyman get bone name bone I. Yeah. So this is your bone I. Like that, right? Let's add a note as well. We have to wait for the model to load before generating a list. Actually, is that true? Before generating a list in most circumstances. I don't think that's true in all circumstances. That's also not how you spell circumstance. But I think this is true in a lot of circumstances, is that most of the lists that I work with, so this bone list, which is the same thing, really. Then this one, it's not strictly necessary, but it does help. Yeah. It's basically like a deferred load. Deferred load. Let's see. And I think this will work, right? Then I just need to cross-reference with the config manager. So if there is a, like a mapped bones, if this is in mapped bones, then also set some sort of value on it. So what do we have on our toggle element? It's just toggled, right? Toggle value. Okay. So if at manager cm, what do we have on this? It's called current model config. Mapped bones. Or if bone name in this thing, then we'll do lm, what is it called? Toggle value. is equal to true. And then we'll do VBox, call deferred, add child, and then element. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I think that'll work. Preset is not yet implemented, but that's fine. Let's give it a try. It should generate bones this time. Or not, that's cool too. What happened? What happened? Did we not connect to it? We did connect to it, right? So, basic model is broadcasting to SB. This one... Oh no, let's add a print statement just to be sure. Hello. So we should see hello print in our console. Yeah, there it is. But it's not adding mapped bones. So what happens to this? So in our GUI handler, we have our model, left container, VBox, mapped bones, another VBox. So I wonder what the timing is. Is it like just the timing issue? Right? So if I do print here, hello. So now we're looking for hello. Well, you know what? It's a timing issue. That's tough. That's tough, man. It's a timing issue. I'm not really sure how to solve that. Model loaded. So we're just gonna print this. So I'm pretty sure a model loaded. Yeah. Well, no. Wait a minute. What? I feel like am I crazy? So I moved this here. Ah, I see. So this big GUI thing actually sets up faster than So the list element presumably gets set up a few frames later than the model gets loaded in. Yeah, I think that's probably what's happening. Alright, so it's a timing issue. Let me see. So our GUI can hold a few things. So each base view will have, let's see, each base view, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Is it possible for me to find a node of type, find all nodes of type? I wonder. So, find all nodes of type. Yes. Someone has already thought of this. So these are just groups. Oh, okay. This might be nice. Get tree, get nodes in group. Interesting. It's kind of a weird way of doing it, but we're doing it. We're doing it. I think this might be nice as well, right? Since I already have these constants defined here, right? So we can do... Yeah, we can just have the GUI handle everything. Once again. Yeah. So disconnect this. We don't want this. We'll do get tree, get nodes in, get nodes in group, XML, constants, list. All right, and then we'll do for child in get tree, get nodes, or this is like for n in get tree nodes in group. We'll call it nodes, right? For a node in get tree get nodes in group, then we'll call something like list element, right? This will be a public function called func setup. Right? And then it's pretty much just all of this stuff. And they'll pass in the model reference as well. Basic model. Same stuff, different name. Like so. So we don't use the connection anymore. And so we just rely on the GUI node to handle all of our processing for us. Right? I think that makes sense. So let's see. Huh? Doesn't it have an argument? No? Hello? What node is this? Get nodes in group. What do you mean? What is the node? Send me. What am I looking at? Oh, does it not even exist? I'm not even able to open the debugger. Node name. Okay. It's just the model. Model is not in... What? Oh, I added it to base view like an absolute moron. Okay, so list element. List. Oh, but you know what? This might not fire. This might not fire. Yeah. This, yeah. So how do I defer loading? I need to defer model loading until the GUI actually starts. So what if I have let me see. Let me see. So in main screen, well, main screen has a GUI. It's just, let me see. What if I just wait until the GUI is ready? let me see. Let me see. What if we just yield, right? Yield. GUI handler. I'm thinking, there's a good way of doing this. I'm just not sure what it is, right? Because we need to wait until everything in the GUI is set up before we load our model. Otherwise, we're not able to actually pull all of the data, right? Because the logic here is sound, right? So we hook up our GUI to the signal. Our model is loaded signal, right? So this model, whenever it's loaded, it will emit a signal saying, hey, I'm loaded, right? And our GUI is intercepting that signal. However, this element here is actually not loaded yet. So we're not able to, you know, start populating stuff. Now, if I were to do something like load model and load in a new model without refreshing the GUI, then it would work. So we're running into kind of a, it's not really a race condition. I know what to do. I can just delay it, but I need to think. About how to do this properly without making this complete and utter garbage. Let me see. So, would you say it's in ready? I don't know. What if we just do this, right? So in main view, or main screen, we just yield until GUI handler is ready. I wonder. Oh. Oh. No? Are we just not going to? Oh. 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 Because this ready call only happens when GUI handler is ready. Okay. That's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough. So there's a few ways I could go about doing this, right? So one is, while I'm still instantiating all the GUI elements, I could just like count the ones that are deferred, right? So some of these elements are basically like deferred loading. So any list is going to be a deferred load. And then I could hook those up so that whenever the list is done loading, right? We like just like counts. So like we have two lists that we're waiting to load, and then whenever the list is done loading, we have the signal that broadcasts back, and then we add 1 to the list. And then once, you know, 2 equals 2, then we'll broadcast our own signal out saying that, hey, we're double ready, basically. We're ready. We're not regular ready. That's tough. What if we do? What if I just yield for a little bit? That's not a good way of doing this. But let's see. I think this will work. So if we just do like a get tree, create timer for like just give it like 5. Let's give it 1 second, and then timeout. I wonder if this will work. So just give the GUI some time to, yeah, just give the GUI a little bit of time to load. Okay, cool. Oh, I mean that's it, right? that. That's a really bad solution, though. It's a really bad solution. That I'm not a fan of. Let's think of a better solution. So we can have something like, I guess the loading variables so far. Deferred load counts. Expected deferred load counts, which is an int, equal to 0, and then we have an actual deferred load count, which is an int, also equal to 0, right? So whenever we create a list, and it's a static function, man. It's tough. That's tough. Alright. We don't need to make it static. We can just have it be a function. And then, okay, so if it's a list, then a list is a deferred load. And so let's add a note for myself as well. So, expected deferred load count. So, lists are currently the only deferred load. Actually, a lot of these are deferred loads, right? So we need to wait until all of its children are ready, basically. Yeah. And then we can emit our second ready, and then that would actually help us. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I think a lot of the GUI stuff is actually like a deferred load. Yeah. So this might not make sense. Oh, curse you, mouse, for sometimes double clicking when I don't want you to. Okay, so let's turn this back into a static function. Oh, my mouse, dude. I need to get a new mouse. Although I do like my current one. It's like a Logitech. It's like a like an ergo grip. So you kind of hold the mouse somewhat vertically. I actually really like it over a standard mouse. Although it is kind of weird to use, right? Since your hand, instead of being like flat on the table, and you're kind of like palm gripping it, you kind of just, your hand is sideways. It's very strange for a mouse. It took a little while to get used to, but now I think I prefer it over a regular mouse. But yeah, this is tough. Right, because this doesn't guarantee that the UI will load in. This doesn't guarantee that the UI will load in. Huh. So I wonder if it's worth it to do like a deferred UI refresh, or whenever the model loads in. I don't know, man. I don't know. What's a good way of doing this? Because it's a race condition, so I just need to slow down somehow. Or request a second ready. So I could count every single element, right? And every single element is a call deferred. And so I don't know. Get well, what if we do this? You'll yield, get tree, idle frame. And then we'll do emit signal. Can I just emit a I can emit a second ready, right? Yeah. I can emit a second ready just like that. So let's not do this. Let's do yield and just wait for the GUI handler's second ready call. So it'll be ready twice, more or less. Yeah, that works too. I think that's kind of grimy though. By kind of grimy, I mean extraordinarily grimy. So signal, let's do signal setup completed. And that's it. So instead of, you know, emitting ready twice, let's just do emit signal setup. Setup completed. Yeah. So setup completed. Okay, I mean that wasn't so bad. So we just need to wait. We just need to wait one frame, or one idle frame, and then everything just kind of works, right? Yeah. These buttons don't work yet, though, unfortunately. Whoa. Not all arguments converted during string formatting in operator blah. Wait. Oh, okay, my bad. This one. Boom. Let's do this. So you click on this, and then presumably signals are being sent out, but like nothing's happening, that's fine. Let's see. So whenever I create a toggle, the toggles all they all hook themselves up, right? Yeah, they all hook themselves up properly. So they emit a signal toggled, or they emit signal event name button state. Oh no. Event name. Oh, okay, so that's where this kind of falls apart, is in the lists. So each base element, right, has a event name, and usually what I'm doing in the GUI is I'm setting the... Ooh, am I not? Am I not? Wait. Am I not setting the event name? What? Oh no, I'm setting it here. Element can... Actually, when do I set the event name, by the way? Am I crazy? Results. Bum, bum, bum. Is that at the very end? Yeah, okay, it's at the very end. So, I feel like... Let me think. I mean, it might be worth it for me to pass a function ref to this specific function into each list element as well. It might be worth it, and then we'll just call the same function there, and then we'll need to also hook it up to, you know. Oh no. Let me see. So set up. I'm thinking. This is tough, man. This is tough. Node setup. So we have the parents, which is some sort of control, right? GUI is a control. No, GUI is not a control. GUI is a... What is GUI? GUI is a canvas layer. Or, yeah, it's some sort of node, right? And so I'll pass in self here, along with all of this, and then we'll do... If you could see my face right now, I'm starting to lose my mind. I think we can get rid of this, right? So we no longer need to... Yeah, so since I'm passing the parents into setup, we can do this. Now we don't need to have an element resource anymore. So wait on that. We'll do... hold on. So the display name and then the actual node name are slightly different. Actually, what did the toggles send as their events? Toggles send their event name as their events. Phenomenal. When is event name set? Event name is set here at the very top. No, at the very bottom. So it's data events. Okay, so I think some toggles might need to be somewhat special, I think. So base element, so this will be parent. Parent dot generate UI element. Tag name is element type, and then some sort of dictionary, right? So this needs to change to being a public function. We'll need to change this thing. Oh no. Oh no. You hate to see this. It's starting to turn into spaghetti. It's starting to turn into spaghetti. You absolutely hate to see that. Alright, so toggle element. We have the label text. How is this created? It's the data name. So we'll create, let's do this. On the type. So name is equal to, I think it's just a bone name, right? Bone name. And then event is going to be slightly tougher. Let's create a new event. So the new event is going to have to be like bone toggled. Bone toggled. So what kind of data are we passing in? So yeah, it's basically just the bone name and then the bone, and then it's the data name and then the data event. We don't need to have the data type since that's more or less pretty obvious. Yeah, so that'll work. Bone toggled, and then we'll do toggle element name. Doesn't actually need to be done like that. Well, yeah, let's do that. And then this one will have to be. This is yet another GUI signal. Bone toggled, and then this is func prod broadcast bone toggled. This will have to be bone name, which is some sort of string, and then value, which is a bool. Alright. So that's tough. That's tough. Emit signal. Bone toggled with the bone name, and then the value. So we just rebroadcast it like that. GUI file parser doesn't need to change. That's all good. This list stuff, man, that's tough. It's just, unfortunately, it's not really possible to define that kind of stuff in an XML file. The best I can do is define like the data type. Yeah. And then I'm also going to need to mess with the toggle. So we're going to need to have like a double toggle. A double toggle. But you know what? That can wait until a later day. You know, thanks for tuning in. I'll be live again on Sunday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, working on probably this again. This has really piqued my interest, right? Being able to generate UIs programmatically, just by feeding in kind of like a very easily configurable, you know, XML file, and it just gives you something like this. How neat! Yeah, I think it's a really cool idea. I haven't really seen anything like this, at least in Godot. Of course, it is very specialized, right? You have to assume that you are, you know, formatting data top to bottom, not left and right. But you know, that's how UIs go. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Peep the Discord. Give this a star on GitHub. Of course, you can find this code on my GitHub, as always. And actually, we should do this. Git add all, git commit, add signal broadcaster. Fix some bugs with loading. Yeah, but as always, my GitHub is in my description. You can find this code under OpenCPageGD. It's what's powering this talking duck that you can see in the bottom right. And yeah, I will see you later. Goodbye.